Hey guys, it's Sandy. So I'm going to show you a super simple recipe. This has 4 ingredients. It is both sweet and healthy, so it's a really fun treat to eat, mostly as we go into the holidays. Super simple to make. I call them Buckeyes because I live in Ohio. I know that other people have called them peanut butter balls. I'm actually interested to hear what you call them and different wherever you live in the country. But the 4 ingredients are peanut butter, chocolate. You can also make these into Reese's cups, but I'm going to show you how to make them into Buckeyes. So peanut butter, chocolate, honey, and some coconut oil. Super easy. Watch these come together. Now, let me just give you a few caveats. As far as peanut butter, I would choose a natural peanut butter. This isn't the one that you stick in the refrigerator. It's called No Stir Creamy Natural. You don't have to refrigerate it. I would stay away from the stuff like Jif and Skippy. If that's your absolute favorite and you want them, you get to do what you do. But the reason I say that is, what are triglycerides and diglycerides or whatever how you even say that? We don't need that stuff in there. Just make sure you can actually read the ingredients and know what it is. You don't need chemicals in your peanut butter. Um, the other thing is some kind of chocolate. Now, I am going to choose dark chocolate because dark chocolate is just full of all the antioxidants and it's really good. You can use milk chocolate, semi-sweet chocolate chips. I am going to actually use a 70% chocolate bars and show you how to do that. A honey, I would definitely choose a raw honey. This one I just get at a local farmer's market. But raw honey has all of the good stuff still in it, and it hasn't been heated up and put into those little bears that's not honey. That's actually just some kind of sugar that it's not real honey. Make sure you're buying real honey. This is a sweet treat, but it also can just bring nutrition to you too. You're going to love it. Your kids are going to love it. It's really good. And then you're going to need some coconut oil. Okay, so let's get right to it. We're going to put in 1 cup of peanut butter. I already measured this out just to make this go quick for us. And then you're going to need your honey. Now you need 4 tablespoons. I always take my tablespoon and just put a teeny tiny bit of oil in it and move it around because then the honey just slides right off. So 4 tablespoons of honey. Make sure your fingers are clean because you're going to need them just to push this out, or it makes it easier. Raw honey has so many health benefits to it. God knew what he was doing when he made us certain foods in nature. Honey is one of them. If you are allergic to honey, I don't know anybody who is, but I know that people are, then try maple syrup. I don't mean pancake syrup. I mean actual maple syrup, the stuff that comes out of trees, and try that. Now, honey's thicker, so kind of play around with it. Maybe do 3 tablespoons and just see, if you can thicken up your peanut butter. Okay, then you're just going to get out a fork and we're going to stir this around until it becomes thick, and it thickens up pretty quickly. So see how it's going to start thickening? So stir it until it gets nice and thick. And then we're just going to stick this in the freezer for about 15 minutes at least. What we're going to do is just let it get hard, and then I'll show you what to do next. There's my lemon cubes. You know how I've showed you before how I take lemon juice and make it into lemon juice cubes to put in my water. So while we are waiting, let's get our chocolate ready. So what you're going to need is either a 1/2 cup of chocolate chips or 4.5 ounces of chocolate. So these right here are little chocolate bars, and I'm just going to break them all up. But a 1/2 cup of chocolate chips will do the same thing. So the reason I'm doing dark chocolate is because it's just full of all the polyphenols and the antioxidants. It's just really good for you, but maybe your family doesn't like dark chocolate, so you don't want to do that. Or maybe you will mix it, like part dark chocolate and semi-sweet, or part milk chocolate with dark chocolate, just to put some of that dark chocolate in there. Now, I keep this in my refrigerator all the time. You can see that it is just hard chocolate in there. Because I make these often, then I don't want to constantly have dirty dishes. So I keep this in my refrigerator, and then I just add to it and continue to melt it in the microwave. But because it is messy, and this video I'm doing for you, I'm going to use this clean bowl. And I'm just breaking up the chocolate into small chunks. So the smaller that you break up the chunks, the quicker that it'll melt in the microwave. And then to this, I'm going to take the coconut oil. This is a healthy fat. It will get in the microwave, it'll get liquid, But then whenever it freezes, which I'm going to show you, it actually gets hard again. And it kind of puts a little bit of crunch in the chocolate, like a crunchy shell. This is going to be a sweet treat that I like to keep in the freezer because it's like an ice cream, creamy sandwich on the inside, like an ice cream sandwich, creamy on the inside and then crunchy on the outside. So I am going to melt this in 1 minute increments. So after 1 minute, it looks like this. And then I put it in for another 30 seconds and look how smooth it is now. Do not overcook this. You don't want burnt chocolate. So it took 1 minute and 30 seconds for mine. Yours might be less depending on your microwave. You'll need a cookie sheet and then something to put over the cookie sheet so that the stuff doesn't stick. I have a silicone mat. You can also use parchment paper. That works great. Okay, here we go. I took the peanut butter out of the freezer. This is what it'll look like. See how it's hard and I can maneuver it around? That's what you want right there, is it'll not stick to your fingers that way. So I said 15 minutes. I got busy doing something else. It was a lot longer than 15 minutes, just so it doesn't stick to your fingers. And then you just take off pieces and roll them into balls, whatever size ball that you want. I can't really tell you how many this yields because it's going to be up to you of how large or small that you're going to make your peanut butter balls. And you don't need to roll them very long. You just want to roll them long enough that they have shape, because if you put them too long in your hand, they're going to get sticky. Okay, this is where I'm going to show you the version that looks like a buckeye, which is where the name comes from. But I'm also going to show you the super fast version if you just want to make them fast and have a sweet treat. So let's just pick up a buckeye, put it right onto the spoon with the peanut butter, and you just kind of dip it down into the chocolate and pull it out. And then you have a buckeye. Push it off. Okay, so there you can see the ones that I made into an actual buckeye, but now I'm going to show you the fast version of how to make these just super fast, where you don't have to dip them down in. So this is maybe where you call it a peanut butter ball because all you do is take your chocolate and pour it over the top. Done. Done. On to the next. The chocolate is just going to get hard on these and they're going to taste exactly the same. And now I'm going to take this whole pan, put it in the freezer, and then I'm going to show you what they look like whenever they come out of the freezer. So here they are out of the freezer. I'm going to pop them off. They pop off easy off of a silicone mat. They'll do the same for parchment paper. This is even one-handed. You can see the ones where I put the chocolate on top, so you can see what they look like, the difference. These are creamy on the inside and crunchy shell on the outside. I keep them in the freezer in a bag all the time. I hope you guys like this video. Let me know. Until next time, I'm out.